All right, so I apologize for not making any videos the past 2 days. There's just been so much shit that's been going on, on the NBA free agency timeline, and I was at my orientation at NC State because I just transferred from to there from my previous school. So I had a lot of stuff going on, and I just didn't have time to make videos. Now I'm back. I've made a whole list. I think there's like, I don't know how much. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, excuse me, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Like 28 things we have to talk about. So I'm going to fire through them as quick as I possibly can. I'm going to start from Friday and then work my way up towards what do you call it? Today, which is Sunday. So let's go ahead and talk about some things. So first of all, the first thing I want to talk about is the Messiah jury firing. I don't know why they fired him one day after the draft, if I'm to be honest with you. But salute to him, man. He built a championship contender, and even though his last years in Toronto weren't the greatest, he's a legend in Toronto forever. He brought them a championship. He made the Kawhi deal, and he made everything happen. So I gotta give my props to him. Best from not best front off this guy, best general manager in Raptors history. There will be a lot of people interested in his services next offseason when the season ends because I don't think anyone would hire anybody like him right now. But phenomenal tenure, man. Just a phenomenal tenure, and I hope he pans out at it as next time, or if he leaves basketball altogether. Thank you, Messiah. You've done everything. Enjoy retirement. So, next, we have the Nas Reed extension, 5 years, $125 million deal. And I'm going to combine what happened today with the Julius Randle extension, 3 years, $100 million, into this. These two deals pretty much mean that Nickeil Alexander-Walker is probably leaving on a sign trade later this week, or maybe later tonight after this video gets posted, or maybe during this video gets posted, and then I have to talk about it, which it looks like it is not right now. But they're going to be looking for a guard in free agency. I don't know who they're going to bring in. They need a ball handler, and we're going to figure out who comes in and steps up. Maybe they trust Rob Dillingham to take Nickeil Alexander-Walker's role, even though he's the Mike Conley replacement. Or maybe they trust Terrence Shannon more, or they trust from within. Who knows? So that's going to be interesting development to monitor. Next, I want to talk about Lonzo Ball being traded to the Cavaliers. First of all, the Bulls did a shit job at asset management. They could have gotten a first-round pick for Lonzo, and they said, fuck that. So clearly they still don't know what they're doing. Also, this tells me that Ty Jerome is probably leaving in the offseason, this offseason, because the price is too steep for him. I mean, he had a phenomenal year, and he's going to make a shit ton of money in the offseason. And then Isaac Okoro, maybe he turns into another Josh Giddey who just suddenly pans out because he's the best player on the team. Not best player, but just turns into what everyone thought he would be. Who knows? I mean, shit's just weird at this point. The Bulls just somehow have a way of doing that. Y'all have heard about Ace Bailey. He's in Utah. I don't need to discuss that. Rockets signed all of their key free agents, so not much I have to say about that, including Steven Adams and Jeff Green. And Justin Edwards got a 2-year deal, I think, with a team option for the third. Good for him after balling out his rookie year. Davion Mitchell re-signed with the Heat on a 2-year, $20 million contract, I believe. He had a really great play-in. He didn't do much in the playoffs. But if you get play-in Mitchell for a whole season, which I highly doubt is likely, but if that's where this is going, I would say watch out for him. Maybe. Who knows? Sam Merrill got re-signed by the Cavs, which is part of the reason why, which I should have combined with the Lonzo Ball trade shit, why Ty Jerome is not coming back. But shout out to Sam Merrill for getting the deal. Andrew Wiggins is a whole bunch of trade talks. I'm gonna assume that he's gonna be involved in some Jonathan Kuminga deal one way or the other. I just don't see how it's not any other way. I see Jonathan Kuminga going to the Heat probably. I don't see him signing with the Warriors as much as I want him back. I just don't see it. Maybe he comes back. Maybe he gets incorporated into the offense. Maybe he finally learns this system. Who knows? One other tangent that was pretty funny. Is the Raptors set a number 9 overall pick and underpaying for Derek White. The only, and this is for future reference. The only reason that Derek White goes is if they get the Mikal Bridges package. So don't worry about Derek White trade until you see it. I don't think it's going to happen, but we'll see. Garrett Temple signed a deal for Rockets, I believe. Or no, he signed with Raptors, excuse me. There's two centers I see. And I know I'm going through these not good transitions, but I'm just trying to get through everything because there's a lot I've missed. There's two centers for the Lakers that look intriguing. Of all, I prefer one over the other, and that's Clint Capella and Brook Lopez. It gets you two centers, but I mean, I like Capella more, but I think Brook Lopez is down for a bad year at some point. I mean, he just cannot guard in space, and he's going to be a mismatch nightmare in the postseason, even though he's still great in the paint. And Clint Capella, although he's on the downswing because of Onyeka Okongwu breakout, he's got a long way to go. He still has some value, so I think he's worth a swing. Now, excuse me. Dylan Jones got traded to DC for a second round pick, and another guy who's getting waived. He was the guy who OKC traded 5 second round picks for. So to move up in the first round to go get him. So he's not panning out too well, I would say. Jalen Williams ended up getting an extension, 3-year, $24 million. He can be used as a Nikola Jokic big man when they need him. Also, he might be used in trade talks to go get bigger pieces down the line. So overall, not a bad deal of retaining talent. This one's a big one. I'll get to the two in a second. Actually, I'll talk about Bogdanovic. Bojan Bogdanovic just announced his retirement. Again, long and successful career. I don't know. I think he played for like 10 seasons at least. But shout out to him. One of the best 6 bench players in the NBA, or best solid players in the NBA for a very long time. And hey, he made it. So shout out to him. I know I'm talking really fast. How far are we into this video? 7 minutes. All right. Next, we have the Malik Beasley investigation. Now, he was up to get a 3-year, $42 million deal, but now who knows where that's going. Dennis Schroeder might sign with the Pistons now because of everything going on with Malik Beasley. Excuse me. Malik Beasley is being investigated for a gambling probe. He's being investigated by the Justice Department. So I hope Malik Beasley did not gamble, or else he's probably getting banned for life. But yeah, man, it sucks. It sucks for the Pistons. It sucks for him. And I've heard like a lot of people. I've heard like a lot of people loving Chaz Lanier, their second round pick. Because he plays like Malik Beasley. And I don't know if we're going to see that more. I don't know. I mean, we could see that more, to be honest. I mean, we'll see. I mean, maybe Chaz Lanier needs to step up. Because if Malik Beasley is banned for life, they're going to need more shooters. And Chaz is going to have to step up big time. Dorian Finney-Smith, I'm going to save the LeBron stuff to last. Dorian Finney-Smith declined his $15.4 million option for one last payday. So we'll see where that goes. Harden opted out of his deal and then got a 2-year, $81.5 million extension. Key part of the Clippers rebuild, who have a lot of money to spend, some money to spend to get the roster better in free agency. Kelly Oubre picked up his player option for $8.4 million. Don't think there's much to that. Randall comes back to the Timberwolves on a 3-year, $100 million deal. Again, great value for the Timberwolves. Still, I mean, I already talked about it earlier, but it pretty much all but solidifies that Nickeil Alexander-Walker is leaving. So I don't know why I said that. Duncan Robinson opted out of his ETOA that was worth $20 million. We'll see where his deal goes. I think he'll get like $15 million if I want to be honest, just as a good shooter. We'll see about that. Colin Sexton was traded to the Hornets along with a second round pick for Yusuf Nurkic. So number one, the Walter Clayton mission Walter Clayton has begun, and second, I don't know if Colin Sexton's going to be used as trade bait, although it doesn't look like it. Doesn't look like it. It appears, but they needed an upgrade over Nick Smith and Josh Green. I don't know what this team's ambition is for the future. Maybe the playoffs. Who knows? But they needed. They don't have any centers. All it is Musa Diabate. No, because it's Musa Diabate. They have. He played for the Sixers. Oh no, he played for the Clippers. I gotta look more into that. But they only as center they only have Musa Diabate, Nick Richards got traded, and Taj fucking Gibson. Oh wow, this is down bad than I thought. Ooh, that's more down bad than I thought they would be. Damn. And Taj is gonna be out of the NBA. Like, there's no way that this was not his last year. But I mean, maybe it's a bench pick. Who knows? Let me pull that. But they needed more guard help, and he's going to come in and be just fine for them. Him, Trey Mann, and LaMelo Ball are probably going to have fun at the guard spot. So, probably not the most defensive team in the NBA. Yusuf Nurkic, another one of their centers, got sent in this deal to Utah. So, we'll see how that goes with their center depth in the offseason. They drafted no centers, I believe. They didn't draft a single center this offseason, in the draft. Oh no, they drafted Ryan Kalkbrenner, so that's probably why Nurkic is gone. But we'll figure out who that backup big man is. If Musa Diabate is coming back, I don't know about that, but we'll see about that with them. What else? AJ Mitchell got his extension, and so let's talk about AJ Mitchell for a second. He played some minutes in the NBA playoffs, specifically the finals. He played some of the time. He did come off as a spark from time to time, and he played. I think he played decent in his minutes. He could make an impact. He was a good second round pick, and now he gets rewarded by having a 3-year deal that's worth $9 million. So dude's gonna be fantastic down the line. So shout out to him. Next we have Eric Gordon. He declined his player option. We'll see where that goes with him. I expect him to re-sign with the 76ers, but because of the VJ Edgecombe connection, but we'll see about that. Bobby Portis got extended for 3 years for $44 million, or it's a free agent deal, but you get the point. He's coming back. I'm assuming that's one of the things that Giannis was looking for in this offseason, just to see if they would sign him back, and they did. So maybe he stays, maybe he goes, who knows. And then finally, the final thing we get to talk about today is Caleb Houston and Mo Wagner getting their options declined. Now, Houston, he's been just a massive bust, and I'm not surprised they did cut him loose. I think he got drafted. Did he get drafted in 23 or 22? 22. He got his 4th year rejected. He's only 22 years old, so maybe someone takes a flyer on him. But he's just not developed at all at the NBA level. If I look at last season's stats, he only averaged 4 points per game. Just a massive bust, honestly. At this point of his career, maybe if he goes to Golden State or something, he pans out. But yeah, man, he is just not panned out at the NBA level for whatever reason given. Why is it can I just get like the averages? Like, can I just get the fucking averages? Like, I wish I could just get the averages, man. I honestly wish I could just get the averages. No, I'm not getting. I don't think I don't know. But all you need to know is that he didn't average shit this season. So yeah, hopefully he continues his career and ends up panning out. But right now it is not looking good, and he's probably going to be a bust. And Mo Wagner, he got injured middle of the year. I don't know. I forget what his injury is, but it was a leg injury. He was $11 million. Frees him some cap room for them. If I go correctly, let me go to Bobby Marks's Twitter. Right. If I look at his Twitter, yeah. So with the decline of Mo Wagner, they have the $14 million non-tax exemption. They have a veterans minimum. They have a second round exemption. They're gonna get more expensive because of Paolo Banchero. His deal is gonna put them in the tax bracket, and not tax bracket, but they could put them in the second apron, probably. Or maybe near it. Who knows? He's probably gonna get a shit ton of money, but ultimately, he's gonna be just fine. non-text. Yeah, they have 14.1 million non-tax level. They also have 5.7, also 5.7 million triggers the first apron. Oh, I'll use it more than 5.1. Okay, yeah, cool. But other than that, there's not much else for me to say. I might make a video later tonight if there's some huge breaking news. I might just go over like a recap of small things. This is not like a really great video. I already know that. But I wanted to talk about some things. Oh, I forgot the LeBron thing. I forgot to talk about that. Let me talk about LeBron. So this is the main part of the video. If you waited to the end, I really do appreciate it. I completely forgot to talk about LeBron. But LeBron James might be traded. Bro, LeBron James, but he got signed. This is his first time not being traded, but so I'm gonna pull up the Rich Paul quote and help summarize this. And I apologize for not explaining this too much, but basically, after LeBron accepted his extension, his player option with the Lakers, his agent Rich Paul, who is the best agent in basketball by far, says this: LeBron wants to compete for a championship. Paul told ESPN. I don't know why I said that. He knows the Lakers are building for the future. He understands that, but he values a realistic chance of winning it all. We are appreciative of the partnership that we've had for 8 years with Buss and Pelinka, and consider the Lakers as a critical part of his career. We understand the difficulty in winning now while preparing for the future. We do not want to evaluate what's best for LeBron at this stage. We do want to evaluate what's best for LeBron at this stage in his life and career. He wants to make every season he has left count, and the Lakers understand that and are supportive of whatever is best for him. So, a lot of people have said that means he's going to be gone. I don't really know, to be honest, what to think about this deal. I do think it's just him weighing his options. It does sound like a trade progressive. Maybe it's pressure on them to add more to win now, potentially. Who knows? But if we do see LeBron traded, and we do see him moved, he's not going to be traded for a lot. He will be traded for matching salaries and 2 first-round picks. But he's not going to be traded for a lot. And the reason why I say that in regards to LeBron is because when I look at him, right, he's an all-NBA player at the age of 41, right? That's insane. Or 40, excuse me. I think he has 5 more years left of basketball, if I'm going to be honest, at this level. He's just that fucking good, and I think he's going to take care of his body to play another 5 years. But with him, right, he probably wants a 5th ring, and if he gets that, he probably wants a 6th, right? There's no way he doesn't want to close out on top, right? And I'm trying to think of teams that he can go to where he can win now, right? And unless he blows up the core, there's no way he's going. I don't know any realistic options, to be honest. Let me see about the Suns. They have Mark. I'm kidding. But they have Mark Williams. I want to see this. They have Devin. That's not that bad of a roster, honestly. I don't see him doing it, by the way. But naturally, they can't do it. But maybe if he declined and went to the Suns, that wouldn't be so bad. But let's look. I'm gonna look at the standings real quick, and I want to. Hold on. I want to go there. I want to go to standings. I know this is not interesting at all. I know, but I'm trying to figure out what would be the best team for him. Mavericks, Nuggets. I can see it. This actually makes a shit ton of sense. I get the Nuggets. Like, I could definitely see him going to the Nuggets. If this is a Porter and Zeke Naji and a 1 first-round pick for LeBron swap, I can definitely see this happening. Because he fits on this roster actually so fucking well. He's not going to be the main guy. And he can play off Jokic. We don't know about DeRon Holmes. Hopefully he's healthy and ready to go. Peyton Watson's on the rise. Strawfer's on the rise. Brown is going to be the starting two. They're going to need more people in free agency. This actually looks like a really good fucking spot. He'll have to play a lot. But if he might be, that might be an option. That might genuinely be an option. And I'm not trying to bullshit just to bullshit. That genuinely looks like an option. Let's see. I'm not doing next. He fits OKC's defense, but like, would he want to play that level of hard? I mean, he could, but like, is he gonna run down? I don't know. I generally don't know. Orlando, no. Phoenix, 76ers. Let's look at the Sixers, right? So this is going to be Maxey Edgecombe. Where the fuck is McCain? Okay. So this is... So let's look at the rotation. You have... Kyle Lowry's probably gone. So your four front court guys are Maxey, Edgecombe, Grimes, and McCain. Or backcourt, excuse me. You do Paul George and Kelly Oubre for LeBron. Maybe have Edwards at the 4 if you think he's gonna be good. Honestly, or you could probably throw LeBron at the 4 and be in the 5. I mean, you could do that, but I don't know if Embiid's like back to full strength. I don't know if he's back to full strength. And if LeBron play with him, he's not the same player. Maybe he gets flipped. Maybe he doesn't do that. I can see that. I don't see Portland doing it. I don't see San Antonio. I gotta look at San Antonio. Let me pull this up. So Fox, Harper, Vassell, Barnes, and Wembanyama. So it's probably Barnes, Johnson, and Carter Bryant, or a first-round pick if they want to keep Carter for LeBron. I can see that too. I can see him going to Victor Wembanyama, playing with a young gun, and say, "Hey, big fella, take me home. I want to be David Robinson at the end of my career. Give me rings." I can definitely fucking see that from LeBron doing that. So I don't think these three teams are not getting it. So Spurs, Philly, and the Suns. Rockets already have Durant, so that's not going to work. So Denver. So it's Denver, San Antonio, and Philly I can see the most. Those are the three teams I think that are going to be in the LeBron sweepstakes that won't gut their roster and actually have a chance of winning a championship. We're going to see how that goes. But I know that this is... I've waited way too long to end this video off LeBron, but I'm happy I remembered and was able to get it done. Okay, and then there's just more reported that Jonathan Kuminga might get signed and traded to the Bulls, which is another thing I forgot to mention as well. So that's the end of this video. I have a shit ton of FIBA U19 World Cup footage to watch tonight. I'm definitely gonna have a 2026 mock draft lottery edition out by the end of the week. But if I'm gonna end this video by pulling up a tweet, and there is three guys I think you're going to have to get to know. Besides everybody else already, that you're going to have to get to know when it comes to draft season. Jacob Furphy, who could be a top 5 pick in this upcoming draft. I'm not bullshitting, by the way. This kid might be top 5. He's going to UConn. He's just so fucking good, man. He's 6'4". He's an on-ball creator. He shoots this fucking ass off. He's from Australia, right? And the NBL 1 has like 5 divisions. He's in the East Division. He shot 50, 40, 90. He's just so fucking good. He would, other than Koa Pete, because of his strength and because of the age group, Jacob Furphy was the best player in the first half. I still have the second half to watch, but in the first half, he was the best player on that court, and it wasn't even particularly close, right? He controlled the game. I honestly think if he had better teammates who can shoot, Australia might have won against the U.S., but he might be a top 5 pick, honestly. He is just so fucking good. I can't wait for him to get to UConn and see what happens with him. I mean, he's unbelievable, man. He's the best player He's the best player. I think he's better prospect than Dash Daniels. And we're gonna see what happens with him going forward. This, by the way, this is just a preview of my mock draft later this week. So if you want a sneak peek, I'm giving it to you. Morez Johnson. Now, I was watching some of his highlights, seeing if he would declare or not, and he didn't. And Brad Underwood compared him to Bam Adebayo, right? And that shit's completely justified. He is a Bam Adebayo clone. I mean, some of the plays this guy makes defensively are unbelievable. He has all NBA defense upside. I don't know about his offense. He is a lob threat at the rim. His motor's fucking insane. I mean, he's going to be a lottery pick if he has a good year at Michigan. He's just so fucking talented, man. I'm surprised. I think he could have been a lottery pick this year if not for the injuries, and if he was able to play more and really play his true center position. And finally, Koa Pete, he's just a man who's still growing, and that should pretty much terrify everybody. Nobody could guard him against Australia, and I'm gonna make an assumption that it wasn't that way against France, although I may be wrong. He's a fucking nightmare against the rim. I don't know about his shooting ability. He does have some metal to his game on the block, although I do need to watch that a bit more to make that determination. But man, he is a fucking monster. And if he doesn't pan out as a 3 or 4, he can be a center in this league, I think, because he's just that fucking physical. And I do imagine his wingspan is at least over 7 foot, so he's going to probably be a good at least a good big in this league, 4 or 5, or maybe hell even 3. We don't know. I don't know where he's gonna be, but we'll see about him. And that is basically what happened over the past 3 days. I have like fucking 6 quarters of U.S. footage to go through, and I have a lot of footage to go through of the FIBA U19 World Cup. I have to look at the Mali-Serbia game to see if there's anyone that stands out to me from either team. But yeah, that's the end of the video. I gotta upload this. Go watch some more FIBA U19 World Cup games, and yeah, see ya.